Alright guys, hello and welcome to my Obliterion monster review. I did feed him up to adult version, but apparently this is a glitch. I can't show you his finisher right here, but as you can imagine, he just shoots something out of his cannon. So he is a metal artifact monster from the Galactic era. Obliterion is the latest product from Global Mech Ltd. Your dream of wrecking destruction while living a life of luxury finally comes true with this single piece of high-end weaponry. Remember, all sales are final. All right. So he's essentially what he is, just a cannon you buy and shoot. All right. So his finisher, Kill Streak Routine, applies triple damage to itself for one turn, deals moderate metal damage to all enemies, applies stun and blind. So at first, I thought this was an amazing finisher. I thought this was phenomenal. I was about to say this is an instant kill around the board. Any light monsters, beware, and he destroys them. But he's an artifact monster, so that and he's not one of the artifact monsters like Blazinger, who can remove their artifact trait and buff. He's just an artifact, so unless you somehow get your trait disabled, it'll just be a moderate metal damage AoE with stun and blind. With stun and blind, it's pretty good because it gives him something that he doesn't have too much of in his skill set, so maybe that immobilizes them long enough for you to get the kill. But yeah, this highlights one of the biggest problems with this first trait, which is amazing and bad at the same time. I think it's balanced and really fun. Artifact, meaning you cannot have any positive or negative status effects. You're immune to all status effects is what it's called, right? I don't get why it still says artifacts are not alive. It doesn't need to do that. But yeah, so that means you can't get any triple damage, you can't get evasion, anticipation, nothing. Once you have the artifact trait, that's it. If you had only the artifact trait, the only thing that you can possibly add to that is status casters to the enemy, because anything else won't give you anything you don't already have. You can't get buffed, you can't get denied, you can't get be given tortures. The only thing to shut this monster down, other than absolute raw damage, which is why you see artifacts run as rainbow builds, is stamina removal and cooldown activation. And you can just like run a relic or a talent to counter that, and it makes artifacts really unstoppable. So yeah, with that being said, artifact is his only trait really. These two are pretty useless. Status caster, precision at rank 3. At least it gives it to the whole team, so your two other allies will get precision, which is good because once you get rank 0 artifact, there's nothing else you can do. Immune to trigger death is just funny because like he's an artifact. You can't apply trigger death anyways. So it's weird. It's really weird, all these positive status effects and like immunities they're trying to give him. But yeah, artifact attacker, he's metal, so let's see if he's one of these metal monsters that can take on the entire light meta. Which I would say he's really good for that reason alone. He can't be denied or stopped, and he'll just destroy all of the light meta with his heavy attacks. Problem is, we already have other monsters who do this exact same thing, but better. Namely, Hydrorian and Captain Copperbeard. So, is this monster worth it? No. I'm glad I'm making this video so late, because before he was able to buy it, and I thought when he was free, I was like, oh, maybe he'll be good. But once I learned he was like $50, no way. So yeah, we're going to review this monster, his skill set, and the best way to run him. I still think this guy has war potential, but I don't want to like recommend ranking him up just because I already have Captain Copperbeard ranked up. I already have Hydrorian ranked up. I don't need another metal monster. Oh, but he might prove me wrong. So let's go over his skill set. First, we have Whoa! Okay. Warning Shot. Deals moderate metal damage to one enemy, applies daze to one enemy. It's spammable with a soft denial. You might want to run this move. It's pretty good as long as you have the stamina. And it looks like stamina will be a really big downside for him. Luckily, he has two different relic slots that you can run stamina for. So there's stamina amulets and there's Slumpster's Trap for trap. So you won't really have to worry about all that stamina he's wasting too much. So as long as you have the stamina, this is spammable. And as I said, cooldown activation and stamina removal are the only ways to deny him. So if he has a stamina thing and a 0 cooldown thing, he's unstoppable. Then you have Electro Shot, applies True Vision to one ally. It's spammable. I mean, if you really needed an ally to like not miss because he already has a status caster precision, maybe you could run this. It's spammable, but you honestly will never ever find a use for that. Melting Sharp Shrapnel. Applies bleed and burn to all enemies, 1 turn cooldown, 40 stamina. I do like this. You know, I'm always a big fan of like the 0 damage 2 dots because that can just tear a team to shreds without triggering a million reflection relics. But the thing about a an artifact monster is, once they do all that reflection, they can't reflect dots, which is why Omnia will die to like reflection things. She'll die to the status casters. So honestly, I think you more than anything want to like trigger all these reflections because it'll hit you, then it's over, and then maybe you have a team ally who can heal you. But yeah. So maybe run this, maybe don't. We're gonna see the rest of his skill set. Honestly, I'd either run Warning Shot or that, just because they're both useful, but I don't think I need both. Crosshair Test applies precision and stamina regeneration to one ally. One turn cooldown, 30 stamina. Alright. So, again, with that ally stamina, no, that ally accuracy boosting, I don't get why this is so important to this monster. Maybe because he looks like a very precision cannon. I don't know. Then you have Plated Pellets, deals moderate metal damage to all enemies, and I will say this is like a 45 damage metal AoE, so it's pretty good. With Days that soften now, 2 turn cooldown, but a massive 60 stamina cost. Let me show you something. At rank 1, 180 stamina is only 60 stamina 3 times. So you could use this move 3 times, and then you'd have no stamina left. Just to give you an idea of how much 60 stamina is. But it's a really strong metal AoE, and it's a for sure to run. So we have that. Then we have Zeroing Procedure. Applies vulnerable to one enemy, applies precision to all enemies. Okay, so this seems good in theory, but it's once again precision to allies, which is really weird that he's so focused on it. And then he gives vulnerable to one enemy. If it was like per se AoE with a vulnerable to all enemies, I'd see more of an argument. But for 55 stamina, 2 turn cooldown, I don't think you're ever gonna find a good use for this move, so I'm not gonna recommend it. Then you have Gilded Slugs. Deals moderate metal damage to all enemies, applies guard down to all enemies. So it's just like this, but it's weaker. It has a little bit more cooldown, but it's a lot less stamina, which stamina is like his biggest problem. So maybe you run this as just so that you can do 2 chain metal AoEs, which is really strong, I will say. And so that you can have guard down. I really don't think you need both though. So we're gonna see the rest of his skill set. Then we have his big move, Boom Heart Salvo. Deals insane metal damage to one enemy, requires cooldown. That is the most insane damage I've ever seen. It is almost 100. That is like 90%. For 120, okay, let me just speak correctly. For 120 stamina cost, 3 turn cooldown, it is a massive one shot, one kill. So this is definitely a monster you're going to pair up with Archdruid Sigil. So that, boom, he instant kills the enemy, boom, the Sigil kicks in, and then he can do it again. You're definitely going to want a monster like, I think, Omnia is got to be perfect for him. Now, Omnia, it does fall deaf on him, the fact that she could cleanse away negative status effects and give she can give a damage boost. But just to run the Sigil with this kind of skill, it is worth it. So I think she's going to be his best ally. So overall, what is my final thoughts on his skill set? Honestly, he's a lot better than I expected him to be. I'm a really big fan of the old way of like some monsters, huge stamina cost for huge damage, a big bang for your buck. So I really like that. I do like that he's an artifact, and he's not much more though. It's all metal attacks, and metal is kind of flooding the meta right now with Griffonia, Iron Wings, Omnia, Shadonia. There's Slab, but I don't know if he's as popular as I think he is. So, yeah, what is my final skill set? I think I'm going to run. I think this one's going to be my skill set. All right, so boom, you have this, so that with your stamina recovering relics, you you always have an attack you can do with Soft Denial. This, because it's a very powerful AoE on 60 stamina, 2 turn cooldown though, pretty heavy. It's funny. This would be paid for entirely by Archdruid Sigil. Then I'd run Melting Shrapnel, just for those cases where he can't afford to take any more damage. He actually has dots he can rely on in his skill set, which can be super good against Megaton monsters where you're just not strong enough to take them down as fast as they can heal. So really good to have. And then Boom Heart Salvo, his instant kill and grace. That is an amazing damage output. Wow, I have not seen anything like that in a while. Now, using him in PvP, I really don't want to unlock these rune slots. I'll do it. Don't ever say I don't do nothing for the channel. All right. So I think we're just gonna go level 5s. So level 5 life. He's definitely a rainbow build, but he's not gonna do like any damage at rank 1. So I'm just gonna run him full attacker. But usually you'd want 1 strength, 1 speed, 1 health. At a high rank, that is a deadly build. It gives him all the things he needs. Then we're just gonna run, as I said, stamina relics. So Slumster's Trap and any given amulet. I think I'm gonna run this one just for the team support. And let's take this guy out to use some PvP. So I think I'm gonna go with so remove you. I think I'm gonna go with a Megaton monster and him. So where is a Megaton monster? Snowgross. All right. I really do need more Megaton monsters. So Snowgross, and then of course we're gonna use him. I'm thinking Aminia or Shadonia, and Shadonia can just disable the traits, so it'll give him more opportunities. So I'm just gonna run Shadonia. I'm interested to see at rank 1 how much damage that thing is gonna do. Like his Boom Heart Salvo, which is his biggest, move. That is, when I look at his skill set, that is exactly what I want to see. So boom, and as I said, what you definitely want to run with him is Archdruid Sigil, just so that you can spam that instant kill attack. And then, yeah, I think I have it all set up here. Let's see what this team can do in PvP. Now, I will say, keep in mind, just throughout the review, that if you have him at, like, rank 3, he's going to hit like a truck. He does have Galactic Air stats, and you could run him with Kiradar's Horn. Although Kiradar's Horn means you don't need to be an artifact, still, I think that's might be a viable strategy. So, boom, boom, all this stuff. All right, so, ooh, a light monster to showcase on. This is exactly what I wanted. All right, boom, turn transfer to me. Boom. Boom. No? Did I do this wrong? No, I ran my skill set wrong. All right, so Catholicon. All right, literally undoes everything I just did. So boom, boom, boom. All right, now I turn transfer to me and do it all over again. Boom, boom, boom. Oh man, if I could give him Light Hater, he would be a deadly beast. But for now, we're just going to turn transfer like this and see, can Boomheart Salvo do it? Boom, that is a lot of damage for a rank 1 monster with level 5 runes. So yeah, being a metal monster always gives you that advantage over monsters like Uriel. So boom, we hit him with it. And then if you reflect a move, it doesn't take away the stamina, right? Or does it? No, I don't think so. All right, boom, you're almost dead. You kick in that. Elvira still has a torture immunity, so she's not too worried. Boom, Archdruid Sigil kicks in. All right, I'm just gonna attack you. All right, let's see. What's going on here? No, I mean not you. Or Kane's sword, Master Rat's amulet. If any, if the turn of starts. Last hope. If the after being damaged by skill, if the wearer's life is below 30. All right, so her talents are pretty useless. At least the ones they have equipped on her. So, boom. All right, then I die, but I revive. Archdruid Sigil kicks in. Perfect. All right, boom. 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 And then I'm going to turn transfer to you, where you're going to do an AoE. And then Uriel is going to revive, but I'm not too worried about it. So, am I going to do it? Or do I want to do this dot move so that I can do more damage on Elvira? Oh, look at all that good damage. I think I'm going to do the dot move. All right. Oh, I did not know she was still alive. All right, so I made a little hiccup. Catholicon, of course. Now the question is, can I still win? Boom. Boom. Actually, it's not as bleak as you would think it'd be. All right, King's Mace. Actually, if she kills him, it's over. She didn't. So, recharge. Let's see. Let's give you drowned. Oh, that was heavy damage. That light hater is a lot more powerful than you'd think it'd be. Boom. Right, recharge. She has drowned, does she? Oh no, it didn't land, sadly. King's Mace. Boom, keep that reflection going. Darn, these dots are not landing. So, turn transfer back to you. And instant kill, wow. Frosty the Snowman is popping off. Alright, then I give you Nightmares just to keep my Megataunt. This is more of a Snowgross review right now. Alright, Snowgross with 7 sins is just too powerful. So I'm just going to recharge, death. Alright, so I think that was a pretty good showcase of what he could do. And keep in mind, I think he had like really good instant kill potential if I had him at a higher rank or with higher runes. And now it has me questioning, I might want to rank him up. At first, I didn't think he was going to be worth it at all. But his heavy damage output is making me think otherwise. Of course, though, there are other metal monsters who can do that. But Hydorian is kind of outdated, even though he's still amazing, and he actually has water and metal. But you only really need metal because all of the fire monsters are also light. And then there's Copperbeard, who can just do everything he does but better, sadly. So, yeah, it's pretty questionable. So cleanse, boom, look at that. I wouldn't have needed to cleanse for Boomheart Salvo because he's an artifact. Alright. I can only hope to drain your stamina. Boom, 5,000 volts. I was about to say, that'd be an instant kill. Alright, Archrid Sigil. Ooh, you cannot stop Light Voltaic. Alright, boom, Archrid Sigil kicks in. You finally stopped. Dictum doesn't kill him, but Light Voltaic is going to finish off the job. So yeah, no infinite extra turns, no pierce, no cold blood. What he has going for him is in really good sustainability, which is why you want to run a rainbow build. I'm just doing an attacker build to make up for the fact that I don't, like, he's at rank 1. Or 0, actually, I should say. So this should be a better display. Boom. Please don't tell me you have a mountain of status casters. Good. Boom. Autumn's Cross. Pretty hefty damage, but nothing I can't deal with. Boom. Cleanse that. Cleanse that. And let's turn transfer over to you. Alright, so no light monsters. My damage isn't too good right now. And look, remember what I said about running this move. When you see monsters who you aren't exactly powerful enough to kill before they heal, do this one so that the dots start stacking against them. Boom, look how much life she's losing. And watch, this is about to really hurt Fruit Taster because it's like a fire on nature. Boom, yeah, really tearing them all apart with dots. Alright, and then fire doing... I would have done better damage, but he has healing. Alright, so cleanse. Let's see, boom. Recharge. I'm going to do this just to make sure that you don't do any more buffing. Then I'm going to turn transfer over here, and I'm going to do Boom Heart Salvo. Boom, heavy damage. Oh, and this is definitely a monster you run Holter's Gun with, because he'll easily take them to below that 25% mark, and if he could get another turn, or if he manages to kill them and then he gets another turn and then Archdruid Sigil kicks in, he could do it again. So I think this is going to be a really good monster in your arsenal. Good for war, but overall, he's one of many. Like, you definitely have other options for the exact same thing as him, but I don't think any of the other monsters I named, Hydorian or Captain Copperbeard, can match this guy's raw damage output. And as you saw, that Pyrophobic Shield couldn't land because he's a metal monster, so keep that in mind. He can't be supported with regeneration or of any type. So boom, warning shot. And then I'm just going to let dots tear you apart, which is why, of course, I run that move that I told you about. So cleanse, doot, and boom. Let's see, did his bleed run out? Yes, his bleed ran out. So boom, let's keep that bleed and burn going. And then we're just going to freeze you and watch you die. Sorry about the bird in the background. And boom, that's about it. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. Really good showcase of what he can do and his potential at a higher rank. Let's go. Oh, yeah. As you guys know, I really want Liza at a higher rank, so that is just an absolute W. This is making me like him more, and it has nothing to do with him. So if my game would load, there we go. So yeah, Final thoughts on Obliterion. Okay, Obliterion. Okay, I always get mixed up with how to pronounce his name exactly. I think he's a pretty good attacker. He's got massive damage output. Like these two skills for metal damage output, like when you see monsters like Liza right now, who can only do like a 30% metal AoE, even though she's got, massive stats. He can do the same thing, but with like 45%, which on metal is insane. You can run him with good stuff. He's an artifact, which gives him like viability against monsters who would rely on, let's say, Tyrant's Idea or Denial, stuff like that. I don't think Lamuna Iowa or what's his name, Cthulhu the Great can stop him. So anything short of trait disable and raw damage, and those two forms of denial, which he actually has a counter for, can't stop this monster. Overall, I still think Copperbeard would be a better pick, but for raw damage, there is no going wrong with him. I think he might be an amazing war pick if you rank him up. And yeah, I gotta say, I really like the monster. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like to show support for the video and the content. Leave a comment and we'll respond. What are your thoughts on this monster? Leave it down below. And please subscribe to join the Crab Army. We are trying to pass Abrago in subscribers, and we are really on his tail. So please, guys, let's do that. And then I also want to reach 500 subscribers before summer. So the Crab Army has a plan, and we're going through with it. So thank you all so much for watching. That's all the support I really need. It means so much to me, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you found it helpful. Hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next one. That's about it. Your favorite Omnius Crab signing out. And, oh, that's his finisher.